Insight tonight. And tonight I'm joined by a guest who has a wealth of experience in the subject matter. She knows this inside out. This is a subject that is very, very close to her heart. And I believe something that will be of interest to you or a person near you. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the discussion. Karibu sana.
Thank you so
Karibu
much.
sana.
Yeah.
Kenyans want to know,
What's
your name? Where do you come from?
Yeah.
And what do you do?
So my name is Yusuf. I am a counseling psychologist by profession, currently doing my work here in Nairobi. I come from Limuru, but I've been working in Nairobi specifically in the field of mental health for 5 years now.
Right.
Yeah.
You focus on a particular section of society. Tell us about that and what challenges do they actually go through that make you wish to intervene?
Yeah, we actually focus so much on the community, marginalized community and informal settlements. Informal settlements are now areas like Mathare, Kibera, you know, the slums, because in these areas we have other factors that are actually contributing a lot on the mental health of the people. So specifically looking at Kibera, because that is where I've done most of my work in the past 5 years, issues like insecurity, because a lot of, theft going around due to poverty. Also poverty, again, is another issue that is causing a lot of mental health issues, hearing people, committing suicide and all that. A lot of teen pregnancies. Yeah, so many girls, leaving school, not being able to proceed in their careers because number one, there is poverty at home.
Right.
So for them, there is no life after that.
Right.
Yeah, so we usually focus so much on in the community, informal settlements, because we feel like there is a lot of work that needs to be done in these areas.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, from where you sit, who or which group is the most vulnerable, particularly even among the vulnerable? Who is the most vulnerable among the people in that you work with?
I can say young girls, and the youth generally, not specifically women, but young girls and also young adults who are women, and then now the youth who are people who are transitioning into being adults. So during that stage. So for girls, we can say between age 6 to 14. And then 14 mothers, we can say between age, that high school period.
Yes.
So maybe like 12 years before 18.
Right.
Yeah, so these are the most sensitive ages that we focus on.
What sort of dangers, just walk us through, what sort of challenges does a young girl of the ages you've described face in an informal settlement?
Yeah.
One. Actually, let's start here. What sort of challenges does a person of this age face, a young girl?
Yeah.
And then how much worse do those problems become because of where they live?
Yeah, I can say poverty is a huge factor. Poverty is a huge factor, and you realize even as parents, we are not able to give the best to our child because we are focused on, how are we gonna put, meal at the end of the day on top of the table for them to eat, then also lack of awareness. So you find that we deal with a lot of traumas that these kids are facing, even from home. So we are dealing with abuses, and when we talk about abuses, is not just emotional abuses, because again, these girls that are into teenage pregnancies, most of them are getting these pregnancies from the people that are close to them.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so not specifically maybe that they were in a relationship, but they'll tell you, this certain person in the family got close to me and this is how, And again, because of poverty, like an example of a case I can give you is a mother who brought in another, like a stepfather. So because this woman is dependent on, I need, someone to take care of me, to feed my kids. So it's her words against maybe this adult. There's nothing we can do. Where do you want me to take you at the end of the day? Right. Yeah. So these are just some of the challenges that we see happening in informal settlements. And we feel like it's a very sensitive age. Yeah, because a lot of traumas or a lot of, actually 80% of who we become as an adult stems from what happened when we were growing up.
Wow.
So all the anxieties that we get now, maybe depression, even traumas were just stemming from what was happening growing up.
So tell me, clearly,
Yeah.
with how important this time frame is for
Yeah.
our own development,
Yeah.
how then do we secure the lives or the futures? How do we secure the futures of young girls in such a disadvantaged environment? Because it looks like, from the sound of it, I mean, the challenges they face, first of all,
Yeah.
are hard, and then when you factor in where they are,
Yeah.
it compounds those problems, those challenges.
Yeah.
So how do we secure the futures of such girls?
Yeah.
What are the things that you are doing? What are the things that you expect should be done?
Yeah. So I can say creating a lot of awareness, which is what I do mostly in the community, because that's where it starts, even for these parents. So for us, what we do is we'll create a lot of mental health awareness, even for these parents to understand what is mental health, what does it mean when you have, what are some of the signs that are showing when you have depression, and how can you also help yourself so you don't transfer this to your kids, or maybe the trauma to your kids. So first we start with awareness, and even before, after starting the teenage pregnancy programs, we realize that the problem starts even before these girls become teenagers. So what do they understand about themselves? What do they understand about their bodies? What are some of the boundaries they need maybe to set for themselves in order for us to help them avoid these teenage pregnancies? So we start first with awareness, and then we also do mentorship, yeah? Even for teen mothers.